and I might regret that as we immediately run into another shop that has everything we could possibly hope and dream for, but I think I can rest easy and be happy with that for now. The only question is, do I want to switch out my necklace right away? Plus 10 dex, 55 dex. Man, I almost wish we were playing on Trunk now before there were the like evasion step downs that there are in this version. Because our evasion would be absolutely off the charts. Minus 9 mana is just under like a third of our mana, which is not great. That might be pushing a bit for now. This might be something that I'm more interested in leaning into later in the run. Is that true? Do I believe the statement that I just said out loud? Not too sure. And otherwise we have Vimeb here, but fortunately for Vimeb, do you really need this willpower that we're clinging on to at the moment? So I think I might hold off just for the moment right now. This is good to hold on to because if we see a shock serpent or a really scary negative based enemy, really bad source of negative emotions, then we can just throw this bad boy on and call it a day. As long as will isn't also a consideration, I guess. Sounds good enough, at least for now, for me. So let's poke down a couple of these stairwells and just see. Of course, we immediately run into a shop. Nah, there'll be nothing good there anyway, right? No way. Okay, stand here. Let's call some attention. We did seem to get quite a bit of the floor heading our way here. What? Frozen ramparts, the whole shebang here. I'm hoping that the mace, or sorry, Morningstar, as it were. I was hoping for the Morningstar to come adjacent to me here. Still happy to fight, but it's getting a little bit scarier. Unfortunately, I was about to say that this Elven Archer was never going to walk onto our frozen ramparts because he could hit us from range, so there's no reason to, but the absolute idiot just decided to change positions to something objectively worse, so scratch that. In fact, that blink was absolutely perfect. Brought him right next to us. He'd love to see it. And I mean, at this point, I'm just tabbing. I'm not even having to worry too much. Wait a second. What were you holding? Was that again just a normal buckler in that last shield elf's hand? I swear I saw it looked like he was carrying a beehive or something. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. Regardless, let's keep it going here and hope that our luck manages to hold up, because so far, so much better than I expected. Okay, here we go. This is kind of the first real test, is a demonologist. Oh, hey, don't abjure my ice beast, you dang old fool. Okay, need to switch out here a little bit. Okay, never mind, my ice beast will just take care of the problem. I was trying to get it so that my frozen ramparts might actually be contributing to the fight as well, but I guess it's all good either way. In fact, I'm happy to just duke it out without my ice beasts at this point. I should have at least one up in case I want to switch places with them and start retreating that way. It buys me just that wee bit of time at the very least. Okay, come on, Elf Mage, please just close the stop blinking. You fools. You know what, I think that other Elf Mage was holding a kind of beehive looking staff. And when I think about it now, I'm pretty sure I've even seen that on enemies before, and I'm just, for whatever reason, it caught my fascination and caught my eye this time around so much more than it usually does. Weird how those things work, or these things. Dang it. Stop blinking away. So ridiculous. Oh, another shapeshifter. But this time around, frig. I know it's a shapeshifter, which means I can polymorph it. Oh, if I polymorph it into something scarier, that's not great. 3d24, eh? Get 3 of those in there. That's not good. Please don't be something worse. Oh, swamp drake or dragon is not worse. I'm very much happy to fight that. Dang it, that's worse again. Flaming Cloud, 1d12, I guess per turn that we're in. That's where it gets a little bit scarier, but are you susceptible not to ice? Of course not. That'd just be silly. Ooh, but they were not able to use their flame clouds because there were poison clouds in the air. What a roller coaster of emotions I've taken myself on. We're continuing to draw attention to us here, but we have managed to heal up over the second half of that fight there, at the very least. Some much needed health, mind you. Okay. Even if just barely, still in one piece, still kicking just fine. Quick peek at the skills, seems like everything's doing fine for the most part, so I think we'll leave it all alone, or as is. Jeez Louise, stop. Oh wait, did I tell them to attack? Don't do that. I want you to attack the mage, please. Thank you kindly. Well, that was nice of the mage to blink over here. Saves us the trouble of having to walk over. Ooh, and 2 identify scrolls on the ground. Love to see that finally. Can get some of these curious things identified. Had a scroll of summoning. That's pretty solid, actually. Do like to see that. That was one thing in an earlier panic situation. Today I was frantically looking to see if we had any summoning scrolls, so definitely no complaints to see that now. Should have done the frozen ramparts earlier to help the ice beasts just get through that a little bit quicker. Don't need any more seamed visibility, fortunately, but okay, Donald. Oh, Donald. I was so ready to get the usual cautionary thinking and strategic planning going. Really stumbled over that one. But forgot that Donald I'm normally used to seeing a little bit earlier in the dungeon. At this point, it's actually, in general, it's very rare to see a unique and have them labeled as anything except for extremely dangerous. So that's kind of indicative on its own, but keeping that in mind, let's maybe throw a bit of caution in there, because let's not embarrass ourselves by dying to an 84 health total unique while we're sitting at almost double that as a spellcaster. But okie dokie, that's just an air elemental. But I guess maybe shock serpents are just in snake now that I think about it, which we already went through without any Arlec. Must be the air elementals that I was thinking of, which definitely aren't non-entities. They can definitely be a threat to us in general. Okay, need to wait turns as people close the gap to us, because unfortunately, I'm not willing to take any steps towards enemies. It's going all right considering the crowd here. It's tempting to start throwing in some of the higher level spells. We have a lot of targets, so I know Zakubu's refrigeration. Probably not a bad idea. Now we'll wait it out a little bit. We're doing okay. I do want to make sure we have ice beasts primed and ready to cover our retreat. I guess the archer wasn't closing the distance with us, so maybe I should have considered switching tacks a wee bit. I mean, as long as Frozen Ramparts is up, we're at least dealing damage, regardless. Slowly but surely, tabbing our way through the masses here. And there we go. Let's be careful taking steps, but can afford little bits of movement at the very least. Yeah, let's break the ramparts. There we go. Ooh, that was quite the crowd that we had to fight through there. Ooh, don't ignore stuff here. Kite Shield of Reflection. So until we switch over to this Reflect necklace, or even if we don't end up switching over to this Reflect necklace, that's tempting to wear over this buckler. Yeah, Dex +4 and Slay +2 probably isn't quite cutting it comparatively, because the Kite Shield of Reflection will do quite a number in saving us some trouble from all these elven archers that are kind of keeping their distance from us. So that works out quite nicely. Let's also read this Identify scroll on the ground, and this scroll this time. Wow, I've only found one magic mapping scroll throughout the course of the entire game so far. Definitely felt the lack of it last session when I was attempting to find a time portal. I was surprised that we didn't have any scrolls in our inventory at that time that were unidentified. But it all makes sense now, I guess. Let's see, Silence in Discord. Dang it, still not quite what I was hoping to run into. This is the entrance to the Hall Blades, right? I didn't accidentally open the Hall Blades. Okay, good. Looks like it. Okie-dokie. But yes, unfortunately, we're still on the lookout for some of the stronger spells that we would be more likely to be casting at some point in this run. But that is all good. I am just happy with where we are at the moment and glad that we seem to have kind of stumbled into a bit of a steady state here. Again, caveats thrown in every which way there, implicit caveats to make sure we're not absolutely jinxing ourselves and calling attention to the luck that we've received so far. But, the question now is, do I want to head down into Elf 3 and deal with the vault there, potentially find some really nice treasure? Or we could start heading elsewhere to head over to Depths. ADOM. Maybe we'll take a peek down at the very least. But I don't want to force anything here. Scroll of Summoning in that other room. It's pretty awesome. But let's check out this armor. Place. Oh, Maxwell's patent armor. It's really too bad that we're playing a caster, because otherwise this would almost be tempting just for the RLEC and the willpower alone. As is, okay, hold up, I don't have an inventory slot. That's fine. I'm gonna spend some of our measly remaining cash to buy that armor. I'm gonna pick it up. Dang it, we did wake up the elf here. That's too bad. Call them the elf beasts. The elf beasts, ice beasts, as it were. Oh geez, really just peppering shots from out of sight, eh? Pain in the butt. And then he went invisible, I'm guessing, there at the end. Okay, now we're good. Perfect. Let's head back up to the stairs and let's try on this new set of armor. Please have a willpower, ego, and a nice enchantment upgrade. Okay, no willpower. I was a little stunned at first by just anytime I see 3+ marks, I get a little bit excited. But, RN, triple RN is not nothing for sure. Could come in handy, especially maybe specifically for when we're clearing through Crypt. But +0 and -4 to int, I don't think I really feel the need to go with that moving forward. So let's switch back to our just plain old willpower armor here. So we definitely cannot afford to adventure without it at the very least. Read Identify scrolls whenever we happen to see them. Trying to get these last few things fully identified. Okay, a bunch of heal wounds potions is pretty awesome. Definitely makes up for how many we have spent in the past here. Oh my gosh. I'm going to spend this, go down to 31 gold, and then we're going to find yet another shop with something even better. Is the only thing. Let's not snap buy it. In fact, shouldn't have snap bought that armor in the first place. And let's instead hold our horses just a little bit and see what else this floor has in store. I do like this like little village setup as opposed to the giant like cathedral end vault where I get scared every time by the masses of elves that come ripping out. It could be both though. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to tempt the game to throw more difficulty my way. I'm happy with where we're at. Ooh, artifact ring. In fact, a couple of unidentified rings now. What can I drop? I can drop amnesia scrolls. Definitely don't need to have those on hand at all time. Gotta be used when appropriate. In fact, I think I'm gonna use one now and we're gonna forget Fulminant Prism. Just forget that I ever made that mistake. Hopefully don't immediately regret that. And let's actually head to an upstairs before I do anything stupid. Perfect. Because we're gonna be trying on some new rings here. Don't know what effects might happen, so just in case. Nushua here is not too bad. RN plus, int plus 2, dex plus 6. Not bad. In another game that might be extremely tempting, but unfortunately not quite what we need right now. A ring of willpower. Ooh. Now that's a little more filling the exact niche that we've been struggling to fill this whole time. Definitely something we want to carry around at the very least, because that will come in handy for facing more spellcasters. We can bring that previous 15% chance of banishment down to a 1%, which is much more tenable to me. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll even leave our inventory full for now. We won't worry about organizing it too much more, just so that we're fully aware of when we're kind of walking over stuff that we might have wanted to pick up or take notice of at the very least. It's both a pain in the butt to have to deal with the constant messages of like, are you sure you wish to ignore this? But it's also really nice sometimes to not have to make sure on your own that you're preventing those problems. But there we go. We finally confirmed that there is in fact the more usual end vault down that part of the level there. Ignore the amnesia. Okay, so now all that's left of Elf 3 here is this giant vault. It would have really nice treasure. Doesn't look as big as some of the final vault places, but unfortunately it is quite far from any stairwell. And retreat is something we always have to keep in mind as a devout follower of Che. But I think this is okay. Essentially, I'm thinking that in this corridor, we can use ice beasts to delay and clog up the path behind us, maybe. They're kind of managing die every couple turns, but honestly, I'm impressed, ice beasts. You're kind of doing it. Okay. So, what instead are we gonna do? Because this is not actually working, and I've probably wasted far too much mana summoning ice beasts. Should have made this decision earlier. It's like, for example, if we're just fighting and nuking everyone, 104 health is pretty solid. That's gonna take quite a few refrigeration casts. We can do at least one cast of refrigeration if we want to. Still need to kind of weigh that against the unavailability of potions after we cast that spell. But if we want to do that, we can cast that and still have more than enough mana for Step from Time. Otherwise, we could slouch, which I think would deal slightly less damage. If more of these buddies were hasted, which might happen, might haste each other up. In fact, I think the Blade Masters can get hasted by somebody in the party. I have a memory in my head of fighting a hasted Blade Master and having a really bad time of it, but could have been a bit more of a rare circumstance than I'm giving it credit for. But okay, I am going to throw in one refrigeration, see how that does. Honestly, quite well. So let's see if I'm fighting here. I'm at least only fighting one at a time. There's no room for summons to get in the way. Hurl Damnation, Banishment, none of that matters at the moment. Huh. So I'm fighting using my sword here because it's nice to take this as a bit of an opportunity to regain some of our mana. Let them all come in and let's do another refrigeration. My own damage, especially to some of these squishier buddies. Okay. Trying to weigh out the options in my head here, because unfortunately we're not setting ourselves up for retreat still. I mean, almost no matter what, we're not really setting ourselves up for retreat, I guess, right? Oh, I should have committed to this a little bit more, I think, and yeah, not spent so much mana retreating, but also throw in a Brilliance Potion earlier and start taking advantage of that, you know? I don't want too many of these wizards getting down here, because as soon as they have more sight of the outside areas here, they'll blink to the other side of me, which is no good. That's not what we're looking for today. You know, it's a little late. Oh, right. No, it's way too late. I can't drink potions. Yes. So, tuck that away in my brain for future. Have to not just think of healing potions. Have to make sure I'm thinking of all potions, because Brilliance could have been a bit of a lifesaver here. But as is, I think we'll continue going with our old plan, which is still kind of working out for the most part. Like, we've taken a wee bit of damage, but we're definitely laying down the hurt as well. In fact, no, there we go. I was gonna say I want to throw in one more refrigeration, but I did want this Annihilator in range as well. I'm kind of worried that if I refrigerate now, it takes out most of these buddies and leaves them crystal spearing me. But I do think it's one of the better options still. Perfect. Ah, blinked right next to me. Cool. Very cool, friend. Step next to them. Things did work out, but a little bit frightening for sure. And that's, I think, yeah, middle of last session, we came across a scenario where anytime there's a ranged enemy firing at your ice beast, you think you're safe because you have the bodies in the way, but unfortunately, more often than not, they end up just missing your summons, and to your surprise, end up taking some bad damage. Dang it. How did you guys rearrange so fast? I was hoping to gain a little bit more ground before seeing them come out, especially since I had to give up this really nice choke point just to start my retreat. Okay. I could step from time now. That way I'm not immediately one hit away from death when I come out as well. I think I will. For full piety, now's what we've saved up all of our prayers for. No, okay, stop running that way, please. I want to take a quick path to the stairway, but I want to live to tell the tale, gosh darn it. There we go. Easy as pie. No stress involved in that whole thing. Now, I should really put in some work clearing around this back area as well, because unfortunately, a bunch of those buddies that we aggroed are probably just wandering around now. Do you want everyone ignore everything and head for the summoner, please? I can take out the Earth Elementalists, I think. Especially, it'd be nice if the summoner actually walked up as well. So if I could take swings at you, that would be more ideal. Alas, I'm just going to throw refrigeration instead. Hit that nice panic button to clear out the summon, because, or the summoner, I should say, because the Earth Elementals were getting a little bit out of control there. Where did the wizard go? Don't like that the wizard is exploring about somewhere. Also don't like that damnation coming my way, but here we go. Sitting at an okay point for health. Decent mana. Do I commit to fighting the vault now? 3 brilliance potions. I'm assuming we might want to be using 1, maybe even 2 of those for Zot, for maybe even, actually now that I think about it, also scary uniques are a good opportunity. Because the main issue is I want to be able to kill down these buddies before they're able to either call down too much damnation or before they're able to summon up too many of their own allies. Let's do it. Brilliance up. Perfect. And seeing another target come into range makes me feel even better about the whole thing, because we're going to Ozokubu's. We're going to Frozen Ramparts to get in even a bit more incremental damage each turn. And let's Ozokubu's Refrigeration once more. Take out most of these bad boys in one go. But definitely let's not speak too soon about victory or anything like that, because it's still looking a bit sketchy. Let's start walking away. This is somewhere where I should bring in the Ice Beasts, because they are quite effective against most of the weaker enemies. It's just when they get nuked out of existence by some of the scarier elves that they don't get to show their full potential. I also don't know why the elf elementalist there wasn't destroying the walls around us, but I'll take it. And okie dokie. Go, my babies. Attack my children. Dang it. All those bolt spells hurt. Ouch. Those bolt spells hurt really badly. Oh. Speaking of not giving enough credits or... I don't even know. Brain's blanking with my own stupidity at this point. But I guess the important part of the message is let's chill out a little bit, pull ourselves together. Because it's not over yet. Just because we survived one near-death experience doesn't mean we're not going to run into another one right away. I did see while we were checking out that elf, though, this beautiful ring, Waygasum here. Waygasum has resist cold, that much needed will resistance. So that means we can drop the willpower ring and I think just swap it out for that bad boy. Ooh, we also have another unidentified scroll here. I think that brings us up to 2 unidentified scrolls in our inventory, which I really want brand weapon because I think I want to rebrand this demon blade. So let's take a look at those with /dash, silence, holy word, brand weapon. Could keep holy word around, but we're not going to really be fighting too many demons on purpose. We're not going to be going to hells or anything like that. It's tempting to just read these, trying to get a brand weapon scroll out of it. Alright, I'll think about it. Maybe we won't commit to such things yet. We'll just drop our potions of mutation for the time being. We can always run and grab those when we need them in the future. Ooh. Scroll of Identify right there. Would you look at that? So let's check out what one of these are. That's silence. So we just have holy word and branding as our final 2. Please be brand weapon. It was a brand weapon scroll. So we write our final unidentified scroll. Let's put it on this demon blade and we get demon blade of freezing. It's not horrible. I was kind of hoping, though, for some kind of weapon type that would offset what we're already able to achieve with our spells, maybe fill in some of the holes in our offensive capabilities. Still not nothing, and in fact, I'm going to quickly inscribe my enchant weapon scroll, and I think I'm going to bite the bullet here. Yeah, especially since we only need 5 to max this one out. And I'm just gonna quickly pump that demon blade up to full +9. we might try that out and see if it makes a big difference. It attacks faster, I believe, but we can take a peek. Minimum attack delay on the scimitar is 0.7 and 0.6 on the demon blade. It is 0.6 on the demon blade, so that is definitely nice. Frost weapon is thematically appropriate though. You're not wrong, Spin, yeah. Definitely, there is always something to be said for style points. Oh, and it matches our cloak too? Speaking of style points. Oh gosh. Thought we got through some of the tougher enemies, but it turns out still many line in wait. So I'm gonna quickly throw out the refrigerations this time, because I'm hoping to just annihilate those enemies. Yeah, and I've made a lot of noise here, so I didn't think we'd attract too many more opponents by doing so. Yes, we will ignore the Ring of Magical Power. We will ignore Resist Poison Ring. Again, this is where full inventory does almost come in handy, because I'm able to take more active notice of what we're coming across in this, or in these trips, I should say. And I'm tempted to throw away the polymorph ones, but we might run into more shape changers in depths. Maybe I'll hold on to it for now. Is there anything else I can throw away for now? I mean, I'm probably going to drop the staff right away. Let's at least identify it. It's the Staff of Earth. Cool. And then we drop that. But I'm guessing we might run into something else even better, and then we'll have to drop something anyway. I mean, a box of beasts, that's not nothing. It's a nice little body shield to just throw in the way of enemies. Oh, here we go. Let's read an identify scroll that I didn't realize I picked up. We identified a potion of haste. Get this heresy out of my inventory. I'm sorry, Che, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. Che, I didn't know. And +3 Falchion Beetlebane. Cool look, cool name, but unfortunately not quite what we're looking for today. Let's try Ozakubu's armor and and Frozen Ramparts combo this time around. See how that goes against just the elves that are guarding the treasure vaults specifically here. Hopefully there aren't too many of them though. Jeez Louise. Get your damnation crap out of here. And just more elves for the slaughter here. Oh, I can't even tell. No, I don't know what item is here that I can't pick up. It's this amulet. Acrobat, contamination, strength +6. I think I like our acrobatic necklace better. Even with the will minus, I think I like it better. So we shall ignore that. And nothing of interest there. This is Zephyr, right? No, the Stormbow, right. The Stormbow is incredible if you're using bows. The penetration effect, and not many enemies resist elect as well. Absolutely incredible weapon. One of the few weapons that actually makes bows feasible. Or make bows feasible, I should say. That's the right way to pluralize that. Come on, step towards me. Perfect. Try my best to avoid having to step towards enemies, but it doesn't work if they never step towards me. Okay, amulets, we have to be a little bit cautious of. I don't think we've identified faith amulets yet, and I don't wish to wear one. In fact, I might just ignore amulets, basic amulets for now, because I like our artifact ones quite a bit. Vile Floods. Oh gosh. Should do a better stocking of my inventory somewhere on the dungeon. Potions of Flight. Let's drop those. Don't need it. Let's take the Vile Floods just in case. And let's see. Spellbook, I don't think there's anything for us there in Social Hibernation. Takima's Dance, right? I guess I can read down there. That helps. So unfortunately, not quite what we were looking for. Ignore all these for now. Even the Ring of an Evasion there, and a Phantom Mirror. Phantom Mirror is another one of these evocables that I find extremely handy to have as an option, regardless of whether we're really leaning into training it or not. Hard decisions. Oh, I didn't even see us pick up this rank. It says cold to 3 pips, resist corrosion, MP plus 9. It's okay. Probably not something we'll be wearing with any regularity. Only if we really needed some extra RC for a specific section of the dungeon. But you know what? I'll take that instead of my protect from cold rain. Why not, right? Strength minus 3 isn't exactly going to make the difference for us. Ignore the Ring of Dex, don't need to worry about that. And maybe some fancy stuff in here. Don't need the Ring of Wizardry, don't need more File of Bloods. Just quickly go through checking yes to all these things. And another summoning book. I mean, it's a little bit closer to on theme with what we've been doing so far. Summonings have helped us out along the way, but we're a long way off from where they actually get useful. So I think we'll just be happy with who we are as a person at this point in our run. In fact, we're done with elf and everything. Beautiful. Okay. So with that, I think we are ready to head into depths, start clearing through that, and then we're gonna start really taking our third rune choice seriously, try and pick that up. Maybe try and finish out the run. But, of course, let's not be too presumptuous, because who knows how things go on from here. Okay, I was wondering where the enemy was. We happened to kind of guess correctly in our direction there. Let's try that go command again, shall we? Just heading off to D14 here, and then we'll do, yeah, this final stop off to do a bit of a better job clearing out my inventory and kind of putting it off. But we no longer need to carry around enchant weapon scrolls everywhere. Throw those down the ground for now. Even the enchant armor is tempting to toss. Yeah, I think I will toss those on the ground as well for the time being. Anything else that I don't wish to carry with me? I mean, there are lots of things that I probably don't need to carry with me. Scrolls of vulnerability, I don't often find myself using them in a panic. So it might be nice to be able to reduce the willpower of some enemies, I guess. Did I talk myself into it? Maybe. Maybe a Karoli. A Karoli, this beautiful amulet, will go on the ground for now. Because it's not something we can ever really switch on and off of easily with its drain condition. And yeah, that MP minus 9, while it's kind of debilitating now, might be less so in the future when that's found a bit better of a total. Whoops, that's not excellent internal skills. And the 3 inventory spaces, it's honestly looking a bit better here. So let us head off to the stairs and take a peek into our D15. Oh, I guess just this one little chamber was unexplored. I was confused that there's an asterisk on the stairs. I thought that we had explored all of D15. Turns out we had indeed. I just missed a weird little subchamber. Would you look at that? But okay, head to the depths entrance here, and without further ado, I guess down we go. Fun stuff right off the bat. Surrounded by enemies. But okay, it's been a while, or we haven't fought many of these enemies before, so I'm still not 100% dead set on where my power level is relative to their threat levels. But I can probably kill most of these buddies with a refrigeration or 2, right? And I want to do it while we're on the stairs and have the retreat option, make some noise as well, pull in some enemies. Oh right, you're resistant to cold, right? That makes sense. But no one else is, so let's just go crazy. Especially considering the fact that, oh, I was going to say we could switch to our Holy Scimitar to finish this buddy off, but health that low, let's probably just take a couple swings ourselves. I mean, he almost healed back up, so I might have lived to regret those words, but all is well that ends well, I guess. Don't do it, Centaur. You're gonna hurt yourself. Stop shooting. Stop shooting yourself. Stop shooting yourself. So sad, but okay. Ice Dragon number 2. Oh, Ice Dragon scales. He's done it. Okay, immediately backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. Let's find enchant armor. That should still do it. Oh, did I control F? Enchant armor? Didn't think I told you to head that way yet, buddy. A little presumptuous of you. You were right, but anyway. Okay, pick up our enchant armor scrolls. Let's also do a quick find. Oops. Find for the treasure trove. Triple check that this is what we want. +4 Ice Dragon scales. We have Ice Dragon scales. Let us make them. +4. This. Now, let's find the treasure trove. Take me away. Happy to hand that off. Here we go. Loot box of the game. Let's see what we get. There was a few potions in the first room. Let's actually take a look there. Just potions of might. Okay, hopefully we see better things to come, but honestly, artifact. Oh my gosh, I should have dropped like my whole inventory before coming in here. I'm an absolute fool. But okay. Still, love to see a jewelry vault in here. Let us take off this ring. We'll wear ID some of these, even if they have some bad effects. Contempt. It's not what I wanted, don't get me wrong. It does have the scene viz, so I could almost just keep that on, but I think we're gonna remove this and drop it. Please don't mutate us. We got mutated with frail. It's not great. Do I risk it again? We're gonna immediately get contaminated again or something silly like that. Yeesh. I guess this other ring is just a standard, garnet rings. That should be safe to try on. Right? You wouldn't lie to me, game. Yeah, okay, just ring of protection. So that's all fine and dandy. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Oh my gosh, and then we get a bunch of scrolls of identify, making me look like a real idiot for using, or for where IDing in the first place. The corrode amulet is the second one here, or this artifact amulet. MP +9 regen. Not horrible. And armor scroll to replace the ones we spent to get in here, so let's immediately use this up. Ooh, don't want to use it on. I originally was going to potentially pump up our ring mail, but the ring mail, I'm not dead set that we're going to be rocking that for the rest of our time. Might actually go with the pair of gloves, because I don't think we'll be replacing those anytime soon. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Do we have any weapons to enchant? No, so we can ignore that. And anything to identify? Yes, so we can do that. And that frees up another inventory slot as well. Not too shabby. Okay, let's think about what I can get away with. Drop the enchant weapon scroll, because we don't need that. I think the scarf can't hurt me. Scarf of resistance. Now that is tempting. I'm gonna miss the cloak that matched our sword, but we've been struggling for those fire and cold resistances and taking some pretty heavy hits throughout our entire run here, so could be nice to just not have to worry about that quite as much. But I would like to carry the scale mail out of here. What types of potions? Oh, whoops. Those are not the buttons I wanted to press. What? I was doing... I kept doing / instead of /. My brain broke for a moment, apparently, and couldn't discern the two from each other. But I wanted to check. Potion of Experience and Potion of Invisibility are two unidentified potions. So this one is one of those two. Do I want invisibility that much? Do I care? Let's say no. Oh, it was invisibility. Dang. Kind of wasted that, but that is what I expected. So I guess that is our treasure vault for the day here. I mean, this glowing ring mail or chainmail I could try on, but I think that encumbrance rating is getting a wee bit much for me. Let's head the heck on out of here. Okay, so scale mail has slightly higher encumbrance rating than the ring, but it still might work out for us, honestly. I might toss the cloak of preservation for the moment. It'd be extremely fitting if I ran into a corrosive enemy right after doing that, though, right? Especially with how last week went, when we immediately faced issues with all of the mistakes that we made along the way. But I'll trust just this one.